What's up, guys? Rockfallon here, and today we are back again. Finally, I've had some, stuff with college and stuff, so I was not be able to do anything really on my YouTube channel for a long time. But we are back. Path of Exile, Betrayal League, brand skill, Storm brand. Little build guide. It's not finished. There's a few more things that I can get that are a little pricey, so I'm trying to get some more currency for that. But we can get started on the skill tree. I'm going Ascendant. I'm going Elementalist, Inquisitor, and then Path of the Witch. And I'll explain why a little later. To start off, I went up through the spell damage, came up here, got this area minus the power charges. I didn't get my power charges until a little later, just because of my power charge generation. It was a little hard, so I didn't worry about it. But I definitely got life, crit, more life, elemental res, came over here, life, stuff over here, came down this way. My thing to you that I didn't do that I probably should have done, I went to Runesmith, and then straight to Rune Binder. I almost suggest that if you guys start this build, to go through the spell damage up here, to just beeline it straight to Rune Binder, because this will almost double your damage. Because you automatically always have 3 brands, and 2 of them will be able to attach to one target, which increases your damage by exponential amounts of numbers. So it's really good. I suggest you get that. The extra brand does help for clearing and bossing. But this is my level 91 skill tree. My level 92 will be here. My level 95 will be getting this jewel socket. Switch around some jewels. But basically, after you get Path of the Witch, you get this, of course, you can start there. And then I respec these points, came down here to get this life, made sure that I have I bought a Might of the Meek, 2 Might of the Meeks, to get that nice life down here, nice life regen, and really good reses. This jewel should be an Unnatural Instinct, but as you know, that's kind of pricey. And if, as you can see, I don't even have one, so you don't really need it that much. You just need the jewel socket initially, so when you do get it, you can have it. All my other ones are just 3 prop jewels with life, percent life, or some sort of damage to spells and stuff like that. That's about it for the skill tree. My next things would to buy that. If you would like to go tanky, like more tank than damage, you could go Inquisitor, Path of the Templar, not necessarily in this order, but like Path of the Templar you would probably go last. But instead of going Elementalist, I know it's kind of nice not taking Elemental Reflect, but that's one more mod you just have to look out for. You kind of want Inquisitor because you're immune to elemental elements while on consecrated ground, and that's why I have a Sulfur Flask, which is basically my bleed and all elements flask, which is really nice. But you could go Slayer, because while you're leeching, you have increased damage, culling, and just good stuff there. And you get some extra dex and strength, which is kind of nice. But I went for Elementalist and Inquisitor. For the items, I just have some basic items. This one I found for a few chaos. This one I think I found it with the reses, so I just threw some life on there. Bubonic Trail is nice. It's not needed. 2 sockets would be ideal, right? But it's really not that bad if you can get the 25 movement speed, res, life, good stuff. I do 2 void batteries for the power charges. My tooltip only of now is 3.6, but that's also because of the reduced spell damage. When I have all power charges and all my flasks up, it's a lot better. It goes up to like 15,000 average damage, and that doesn't even that's kind of like a weird tooltip. Doesn't really show a lot. I use Mark of the Shaper for the increased spell damage, and then one with Warlord's Mark on hit. Ideally, you want more life on this, maybe a better base. Um, if anything, I could technically annul this down and then just multi-mod it, but it's really not necessary. This one I just have for the lightning res and life and some attributes. You could probably get a way better than one than I have. I have it impulses. You don't need impulses. Impulses is nice for clearing just because of the explosions. The effective shock is kind of nice. The damage is kind of nice, but you don't really need it. I was running on Tabula for a long time, all the way up to like 84, I think. And ideally, you want to 6-link this. I have Stormbrand, Consecrated Effect, Power Charge on Crit, Control Destruction, Lightning Pen. My 6th link would be Added Lightning, but it's not 6-linked, which I will be trying to do later. And it's not all blue. You want it all blue for that. I have Summon Lightning Golem, Arctic Breath, cast when damage taken, Enhance Brand Recall, Flame Dash, and Power. Because since Brand Recall you want as highest level, you want an Empower, and then Enhance just makes it so it has better attachment range. Enlighten, Herald of Ice, Wrath. These are basically, good to have. Cast when damage taken, Phase Run, Immortal Call, increased duration. The phase run is just nice to run around and get through enemies. I have Ixeri's Promise, which is nice. It adds a bit of increase of damage for the chaos damage. Not much to it. Basically, you just spam this, start running around, brand recall when it's up, and stuff like that, and things kind of explode. I've done all the way up to Pit of Chimera. I usually die once on Pit of Chimera just because, I can't find him in the smoke, and I get hit too many times without me knowing it. But that's basically it. Not much to it. It's pretty simple. You don't really need a lot of these high-priced items like impulses. I found my impulses, so that saved me a buttload of money. A lot of this stuff you can probably buy pretty cheap. These are only like 2 exalts now in League, so it's really not that bad. Yeah, so that would be my 6th link. That's basically it. I will link my path of building in the description so you guys can look at it. You can change it around however you like. This is just kind of like what I looked at. If you would want, you could get explosive runes for the additional brands. Really, in my opinion, you don't need a 5th brand, because with 4 brands and 2 of them attaching onto 2 enemies, the lightning kind of just explodes everything, especially with impulses. It's pretty good. I do go Shaman Dominion though, just because of the crit chance and crit multi. And spell damage, of course. But basically, the rest of the stuff is just normal stuff. I could get more life by upgrading my gear, maybe getting, percent life on like Cobalt Jewels instead of using Hypnotic Jewels. But this is pretty good. You could get the spell critical strike chance. But yeah, this is about it. So if you guys wanted to look on it, check it out. Feel free to, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.